Two words come to mind while playing TangleDeep: addictive and charming. Essentially, the game is a dungeon crawler with a turn-based combat system, but saying that just scratches the surface. It uses a 16-bit visual style to bring us back to a time that many gamers are nostalgic for. But like with many good games that use nostalgia as an influence, TangleDeep doesn't use it as a crutch. They use the nostalgia as an inspiration to create a charming game that creates an addictive gameplay loop. TangleDeep has elements from roguelike RPGs with options to play the game with permanent death on, or for a more relaxing yet challenging mode you can play permanent death off. I like that this game provides the different modes for play so that people who want that challenge will receive it, along with players that would like to enjoy the game without losing all their progress. Plus, by having these options, for players that don't want to venture into that permanent death mode right away, they can try it down the road as they gain more confidence in playing the game. The gameplay centers around you battling your way through dungeons. The game looks like a dungeon crawler but plays like a turn-based combat game. When you move, the enemies move. Unlike a normal dungeon crawler, since enemies move when you move, you can stand still and then figure out what your next play is. Instead of having to worry about reacting to the enemy coming at you, you can worry that once you move, they will move, but you can take that time to then figure out how you're going to take them out. Combat is relatively fast and satisfying. You'll blow through some of the smaller enemies, but groups and higher level enemies can provide some good challenge. Defeated enemies will net you experience and loot, and upon leveling up your character, you can choose a specific stat to upgrade further. In addition, you'll gain what are essentially job points to learn and improve your skills. Loot also plays into progression, as you'll find many useful pieces of equipment as you play. This all creates an effective gameplay loop of wanting to keep playing, as the game does a good job of continually rewarding your play. I find that TangleDeep is a great game to play for 30 minutes or say several hours, as it's great to just jump on and defeat a few enemies or let the game really hook you. The music is a huge highlight from this game. Right as the game started off with its first track from the main menu, I had a feeling that this was going to be something special. Here are a few tracks from the game. The game provides you with an area for upgrades, trading, buying supplies, and one thing I like is the ability to trade all your lesser pieces of equipment, or everything that you don't have equipped. It just saves time and lets you get back to the action and get your gold quickly. One neat little aspect of this game is that after defeating like the first main boss, you'll have the ability to then be able to dive into your weapon and essentially complete a dungeon that then betters your weapon. I just think that's a kind of neat little concept that they threw into this game. Given how enjoyable and addictive the game is, I'd like to see this on all major platforms, including the Switch, as the portability of that console would be perfect for this style of play. At some point in the future, I do think the addition of adding co-op would be really great, especially for online and local play. One thing I want to make note of is that while the game is very enjoyable, it can be really hard, and it is decently accessible off the bat, but it quickly ramps up its difficulty, and I will say that for newcomers, they might be swayed to not try this game because of that, but I would say just from its audio, presentation, and its retro look, and its good gameplay, I would say this is something that's worth trying, definitely worth trying out, but know going into it that it's not going to be a cakewalk. At $15, TangleDeep is a steal. It provides hours of addictive and rewarding combat while surrounding itself in a charming visual and audio presentation. TangleDeep uses nostalgia to invite you in, but treats you to its own style when you sit down and play. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, check out some of my other ones, and I'll see you next time.